Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video. So, today I have the Urban Decay Naked Cherry line. I just recently went to their launch party and they gave me the entire collection, and I went on my Twitter and I asked you guys, hey, would you rather me do a Naked Cherry review first or the gingerbread palette from Too Faced? And you guys all said Naked Cherry, so that is what we are going to be doing today. Now I know the main attraction is the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, like the brand of like the Naked brand. Like I know that that's a big deal. I love whenever Urban comes out with new Naked palettes. I think that they have the best, like, I don't know, I just love them. They just bring back so many good memories and just really remind me of why I started makeup in the first place. Now, even though I did get this for free, this is not a sponsored video. I feel like I have to say that because I don't want people to think it's sponsored. So if you take a look at the packaging, this is what it looks like. It has a bunch of like cherries and it says Naked and it's kind of like embossed. It's a really nice packaging, very similar to the Naked Heat packaging, kind of that harder packaging. And you open it up inside and these are the colors. So we have definitely more of a maroon cherry vibe going on. This is perfect for the fall months now, and now that it's October, this is a perfect palette for your October-y months as well. So I really wanted to do a video on this puppy. If I'm being like 110% honest, I feel like Urban's last two palettes are my favorite. Like, I really loved the Born to Run palette and the Naked Heat. I was actually part of the Naked Heat launch, so I would say those two palettes are my favorite because sometimes there is a little bit of lack of pigment from some Urban palettes, and I'm really hoping that this cherry palette will be similar to the Naked Heat palette. So what I'm gonna do first is just set my eyes. I'm using the Tarte Light Medium Beige in the Amazonian Clay, and I'm just going to put this on my entire eye, and we already have our brows done. I use the Joa brow pencil, the new drugstore brand, the new K-Beauty drugstore inspired brand. And I'm also going to get some of that like outside of the corner there and then do the same thing to this eye. And I actually do pack it on like very heavily here, more than I would to just any old like, you know, primer. And I'm taking a Morphe M522 brush and I'm just going to fluff out the whole cream base here, kind of make it more seamless. Honestly, I'll probably add even more concealer because I'm like a crazy person. I was just thinking like out loud to myself, I think I'm gonna get started with the eye look first and then I'll do some swatching for you guys so we can get a better idea of the palette. There's a piece of hair somewhere on my eyeball. Not cute. Okay, so I'm going in with Morphe M124 and I have a discount code with Morphe, NICOL, all caps, at checkout or in stores. You get a 10% off discount and I get a little bit of a commission, so it's a win-win for both of us. So actually, you know what? I should zoom you guys on in before I get started so that way you can get a better look on the eyes. Okay, so I am going to be going in with the shade right here called Devilish on this really small brush, and I'm going to try to do like a different set of techniques. Like you guys know, recently I had my friend Glam Tech Steven T do my makeup for the Urban Decay Cherry launch, and this is the tattoo I got at the launch, and I got to meet Snoop Dogg, which I totally want to do a whole story time on my experience meeting Snoop Dogg because it was low-key epic, but I don't know if it's G-friendly, like G-rated. So, I mean, nothing like perverted happened or anything like that, but it was a pretty epic meetup. So, Glam Tech Steven T, he did my makeup for the event, and I was just kind of, you know, picking his brain about different techniques that he uses and all these other things. So I want to try a couple of techniques from him. I'm actually going to blend out my eye right with a beauty blender so that there's no creasing. And I didn't set my base, just so you guys know. I haven't been setting my base. And the reason I repeat myself is because every time I post a video, I'm hoping that we have new viewers and we're growing our family. So yeah, so I'm going to go in and start very low on the crease, and I'm just going to bring it kind of like up like that. That's kind of how he's been doing my makeup these days, and I really loved the way it looked. And I'm dusting off a lot of the pigment because I really don't want it to get too crazy right now. And I'm gonna go in and intensify that even more. There's not a lot of fallout, just so you guys know. I really don't mind fallout, like I don't mind it, but I do like to address it every time I do a video because we don't want to have a subculture moment, let's be honest. And I'm just kind of taking this and packing it up. And so it obviously kind of looks a little cray-cray right now. Also, if you guys hear a lawnmower outside, someone's mowing their lawn. And it is so early. I'm filming at literally 6 in the morning. So then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to like blend this out just yet. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. I really need to find like a micro precise blending brush, and I'm going to use a lighter color to kind of blend this out. So I am taking my Morphe M514 brush, my trusty brush, and then I'm going to go in with this lighter shade right here, Juicy. It kind of has like a peach undertone to it, so I feel like it'll be perfect to blend out what I want to. And basically, I actually just got finished watching Mitchell, and I think the way that he does it is like it kind of gets like 50% on the darker shadow and then like 50% on the brow bone. So let's see if I can get that, because God only knows. Ooh, I don't know if you guys are able to like really see it on camera because sometimes the beauty lights blow it out, which really is obnoxious and annoying. But this looks really pretty blended out, like kind of in that reverse order. And honestly, that blend looks pretty good together. I'm obviously going to smooth it out and do more of that shenanigans. I'm going to pick up a pencil brush. Where are you? Pencil brush. Oh, here you are. And I'm going to go back in with the shade Devilish, which is what we originally started with. And I'm going to go back in and kind of darken up the crease a little bit. Like so. You know, it's kind of all about like layering and blending, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to pick back up that pencil shade and take the shade Devilish again and kind of like cut my eye like that, if that makes sense. I'm going to bring it on in, cut the eye like so, and kind of drag it across too. I am being like super careful, and this is also why I specifically do my eyeshadow first, because you know you are going to get some fallout when working with darker colors like these. I'm going to take a liner brush, if I could find one, like an angled liner brush. This is my Morphe E11, going back into that Devilish shade, and I'm going to just like, you know, drag it across even more, kind of pat it on the eye and get it to the beginning of the eye, if that makes sense. Kind of like that. Ugh. You know, it's so annoying. I'm going to have to recreate this on the other eye. Don't you just wish there was like a copy and paste sometimes? Because I know I do. And then to lighten this up even more, I'm going to go into the shade Caution and kind of like add that up top so that it just kind of like blends even nicer. And then what I'm going to do is take the naked brush that's inside of here. I'm going to take the dense like pencil end and use the darkest shade Privacy right here, which is like a maroon brown, like it has some brown undertones to it. And I'm just going to kind of like buff that into the side here and blend that out like so with the fluffier side. Urban Decay's brushes and their palettes actually are pretty good, which makes me happy because I love when you can utilize the brushes that come with the palettes, you know? And as far as the edges go, I just take like a random fluffy ass brush. This is the R40 from Morphe, and I kind of just like fluff them out to oblivion. Like this has no additional product on it. This is just kind of like my little trick and little like tip for getting a really nice soft edge, you know? It looks better, and then obviously I'm going to clean up a little bit below here. But for the most part, I'm really digging this eye. The shadows are blending nicely. It definitely is a similar formula to the Naked Heat palette, which makes me very happy. So then what I'm going to do is take like a really tiny brush. Oh, here she is, Beach. Gotta wipe her off though. She's a little doity. And where's my little Smashbox spray? Dude, I swear to God. Oh, here it is. Okay. We're okay. This is Smashbox Camera Ready Brush Cleaner. And I'm just going to spray this brush because as you can see, it's pretty dark and packed with shadow. So I am just going to rub this on a little makeup wipe remover. And this cleaner works honestly amazing. I use them to sanitize my brushes too. Honestly, I don't, and I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for this. I don't do a lot of deep cleaning with my brushes because it's my face, it's my skin. If I feel like a brush is crappy and I'm not going to use it anymore and it's like had its ends, I don't even bother washing it. I'll just go buy another one from Morphe or whatever because I just feel like they're so inexpensive that, you know, spending $5 on a brush rather than like having to wash it and like possibly mess up the entire brush. Like I would rather just, you know, buy another one. I know that that's like really not cool and not resourceful, but that's just what I do. Otherwise, I do these really quick like spot treatments and gets out the staining pretty well. And then I also use a color switch to kind of just really make sure the color is off a bit. Now I'm trying to decide what color I want to put for the lid. We have this like bronzy shade or this more pinky. I think I'm going to go with the more pink just because that's like the vibe of this. So the shade I am going to be taking is Bang Bang right here, which has a little bit of like a rosiness to it, a little bit of a rosy gold undertone. And I'm going to carefully fill in the eye very, very, very carefully. And I'm kind of cutting the crease as well. That's also why I'm using this smaller precision like flat brush. This is a Morphe M170-8. I don't know why it has the dash, but that is what it is. And then I'm going to be very, very careful up against this line here because I really want that to pop and be like the main center attraction here, this like little angle we have going on. This is a really pretty palette so far. All the shades that I've been using I've really liked. Now for the corner here, you got to be very, very, very careful. Oh, I love that. I'm so excited. This may be one of my favorite makeup looks I've ever done, yo. That's exciting. So then what I'm going to do is, and obviously I'm going to complete my other eye off camera. That way we save some time here. And so that it's not so repetitive, I'm going to take my angled brush again and go back into the shade Devilish and kind of just go over what we did with the lower kind of corner of the eye. So I'm just going to kind of really go over it and make sure it really pops like so. Yeah, add that color back in because you can lose the color, you know. You always want to go over it when you're doing a look like this because some of the shimmers can fall onto it or whatever the case may be. Also going to grab up there as well. A nice little crease action going on. Yeah, I'm liking it. Liking it. All right, you guys. So this is the eye so far. I'm going to do the other eye off camera. Then I'll come back to pop on some lashes. All right, so I'm really liking how this look is coming out so far. Definitely going to do some more blending on this side and this side. But for lashes, I'm going to try these Morphe lashes. I don't know. They may be too big. They're in the style Daydreamer. Sorry. Okay, you guys. So I am going to finish my foundation off camera, and we have a couple more things to test out from the collection, but I figured since my foundation routine hasn't changed very much, I'm going to just go ahead and do that off camera, and I will be right back. So, for my lower lash line, we are back with our foundation on and everything done. I'm going to use the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Love Drug, and I'm just going to hit my waterline with this. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with the shade Devilish and a pencil brush and kind of like line it like so. And then doing the same thing over here. And then using my Morphe M433, I'm going to go in with the shade Juicy. And I'm just going to underline this guy like so. So we have a little bit of that seamless blending going on. And then let's pop on some of our NARS Climax mascara. This mascara I have been really, really liking. And then I want to add a little bit of like an inner corner highlight, but I'm not exactly sure because there's not like a lot of shimmery lighter shades. Like this is a matte shade and I used Bang Bang on my lid. You know what? I'm actually going to take this Fenty highlighter, and I'm just going to pop it in the center. So I'm just going to pop that on the center. It's like a silvery kind of color, silvery highlighter. This is the, How Many Carats? To finish off the rest of the face, we have a Cherry Bomb highlight and blush palette. So this is what it looks like inside. The blush color actually looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to pop that on with my Morphe Y4 brush. I'm just going to get the apples of my cheeks. Oh yeah, that definitely is a really pretty blush shade. And I'm just going to get under my nose and like on top of my nose. I don't know why. I just love putting blush there. I think it looks really cute. And then for highlight, just because I feel like, I mean, the highlight is pretty poppin', but I do want to set down a cream base, so I'm going in with the Milk Makeup. This is in the shade Lit. For highlighter, I've been using my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm just going to go in right here on this side and start to highlight. Oh, that is blinding with the little extra oomph from the cream. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Definitely not a blinding highlight, but you can build it up. Some of the last things here are the lipsticks, so I'm going to open them up. We have a nude lipstick with a cherry on it, which is really cute. And then we have a darker lipstick, again with the same packaging. I think I'm going to go in with the darker lipstick just because I feel like that'll look really cool with this look. So I'm going to find a lip liner because your girl needs one, especially when doing a dark lip like this. So this is like really rough, but I used the Melt Makeup liner in the shade Kink, and then I'm going in with Cherry. Ooh, that is pretty. This is a really pretty lip for the fall. I really like this color. And then last but certainly not least, we have the All Nighter Cherry Setting Spray. So I'm going to give this guy a go. This is what the packaging looks like. Let's get her warmed up. Ooh, it does smell so good. Wow, that smells amazing. Okay, so some of my final thoughts on this collection. I actually really liked the eyeshadow palette. I feel like that was the star of the show, in my opinion. I would say the product I liked the least was the highlighting and blush palette, just because, you know, I don't know, I feel like the highlighters themselves aren't like the most blinding in my opinion, but I loved this blush. I thought the blush was beautiful, like a really nice cherry blush, but the eyeshadow palette, I cannot get over. Like, I love this makeup look. This is probably one of my most favorite makeup looks on my eyes that I've done in a while. And the lip, I loved this lip. Like, the cherry cream lipstick was really beautiful. The scented all-nighter. If you are someone who likes to collect scented sprays, I mean, I love scented sprays, hence my collaboration with Smashbox. So I definitely liked this. I like the smell of it. But if you are someone who doesn't really care for like scents, then you probably can skip that. But for the most part, I think the eyeshadow palette was the star of the show. I definitely think it's up there with their top eyeshadow palettes, like including the Born to Run and the Naked Heat palette. So I'm really happy that this Naked Cherry was like up to the standards of the Naked Heat and the Born to Run palette. Like, I think that this is a really pretty makeup look. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. And I'll do some last minute swatching on the back of my hand for you guys so that you can see some of the colors that I didn't use. But for the most part, I used almost every matte shade in this palette and I really did like it. So here are some of the shimmer shades that I didn't get around to using. So this one right here. Then we have a more maroony guy. You can see that. We have a bronzy one, and then last but not least, I'll put it right down here, another bronzy one. So the shimmer shades are definitely really pretty, and I would say this is a pretty good palette, like one of the best that Urban has ever made. So I definitely recommend it, and I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell notification so you never miss a video from me. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.